So with 2018 wrapping up, we now know that this year has been pretty impressive for Disney. Compared to last year even, considering last year they made $7.6 billion at the box office and they didn't even have a big Avengers movie, but they did have Star Wars The Last Jedi. So let's talk about this year, profits, and what it means for next year. So obviously this year has been kind of big, but a little bit all over the place for Disney. Obviously they had a Star Wars movie which didn't do so well, and then they had Avengers Infinity War, which did better than expectations. So of course, coming into the end of the year, they have Mary Poppins, which is projected to be huge, and right before, they officially made it be known that they passed $7 billion at the box office, which is pretty huge. And last year, when they passed 7.6, they set a world record for what's possible for a studio. Now, obviously, looking at this year, having a few ups and downs and a few stumbles along the way hasn't really, prevented them from, hitting that $7 billion, which many people thought they would never hit again. And sort of when you look at it going into next year, it's kind of a big question mark on exactly how big it's going to be. But realistically, with 7.6 and probably about 7.8 this year, if Mary Poppins holds very steady, you're looking at another record year this year. But then looking forward to next year between Avengers Endgame, Star Wars, whatever the last one is, and tons of other movies like Dumbo, Lion King. It's quite a huge portfolio where quite clearly you can tell multiple movies are going to pass $1 billion. So it's feasible that within the first 6 months, they're already going to be topping $6 billion, which would mean that Star Wars is probably going to put them over 7.5. So it's a pretty huge market that they're cracking into, having all sorts of international releases and releases that specifically do well here domestically in the United States, because we know Star Wars isn't necessarily going to track well in Asian territories. So at the same time, looking at how, this year sort of stumbled, yet it's going to break records, and how last year stumbled and set records, looking to the future, even if they stumble with a movie or two, and depends on how much hatred there really is for what The Last Jedi did, you can feasibly see that they're going to set another record. So it's pretty impressive, pretty good to be Disney. But overall, if you're a betting man, you should probably bet on like 5 or 6 movies passing $1 billion. So it's pretty good. What year are we in?
2018.